Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Today is still Tuesday, April 14th, 2026. Back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'm just leaving Walmart, the store, to buy something for lunch because I came over here to get me another trailer and they were at lunch break. So I rolled off for a minute and came on back. Now I'm sitting here waiting on them to come back in about 30 more minutes. So I got time to make this video, right? And while I was in Walmart, you walk in the door and you see the greeters in there. And it's usually some older person, elderly, whatever. And it was an older white guy. So he was talking about, well, you're a big fella. You been in the gym a lot? I said, yes, sir. I appreciate that. I was happy and excited that he noticed that. Like you've been working out, my man. And what I'm really waiting on is the steroid accusations to come. Once I lean out a whole lot and get this weight off me and the muscle show up that I've been had all my life, that's when they start talking about you on steroids. So that's coming. Watch what I tell you. But I look forward to it because that means I'm doing something right. If you think I'm on steroids and I'm not, I appreciate that. That's a compliment to me. I don't get mad. But I'm looking forward to the steroid comments in the comment section. You on steroids. You trembolone sandwiches and all that shit. When I'm telling you I'm not, but I was just fat and lost weight. But anyway, so the older man, he was like complimenting me that I look like I've been working out. And I said, I appreciate that. So we small talk, whatever, you know what I'm saying? He said, you just getting off? I was like, no, I'm on my little lunch break coming in here to grab some. I bought me some eggs. Some boiled eggs from Walmart, right? I'm trying to stick to my diet. And we were talking, chopping it up, talking about life and stuff like that. And he was talking about his grandkids. They had came home for the weekend. I'm just sitting there talking to the old man like, man, I'm at work. I gotta go. All right. But I want to cut him off, because I like to suck up the knowledge. And I pretty much got into why he's working. Like, you're just trying to, have something to do to pass the time away, being retired or whatever. He's like, nah, man, I need the money. Yeah, I was like, yeah, man, time's hard. Time's hard. So we carried on our conversation probably about another 10, 15 minutes. I figured out a way to go on in the store and handle my business so I can get on back to work and be in line. I'm first in line right now, right? But that struck a nerve with me. And it's something I already knew. But just sitting there talking to him kind of put it back on my mind and gave me another jolt of anxiety, a little nervousness, a little fear. Because this older gentleman looked like he's every bit in his mid-70s. And he's still working because he said he need the money, not just because he want to pass time from being retired and he bored. No, he said he need the money in his mid-70s. Here I am, 53. If for some reason I can't work right now, I'm screwed. I'm effed up. I don't have enough money to carry me over into my golden years of retirement where I can sit up and chill and I'll be okay. I don't have it. At 53, when you're supposed to be getting ready to chill out. So we was taught, around about this age, and when I'm supposed to be living life like it's golden. I ain't supposed to be on the grind right now at 53, 54 next month. But I'm on the grind like I'm in my 20s because I'm in the same position as somebody in their 20s. I'm not established. I'm not stable like I should be for this age. And a lot of y'all can relate to this message because you my age or even older. And you can't retire. You can't sit down. But there's a but in there. There's a big but, and I love big butts. I can't now lie. Listen, sure mix a lot. But there's a difference between me and the majority of y'all in this situation. No, at 53, I'm not ready. Not even close to ready. Between now and however much longer I live, if I live to be 65, 75, whatever, I got to run hard. I got to grind hard because I ain't got it. I have to work hard now. I can't wind it down right now, getting ready to retire in another couple of years. Ain't no retirement for me. And you might say, me either, Big Ward. But there's a big difference, though, between me and most of y'all. I'm in this situation because I effed up most of my life. The year that I was supposed to be preparing for this time in my life and my retirement and being older and whatever, getting ready to sit down, because my body done broke down, I'm older, and I just don't have the energy to feel like working like that no more. The reason I can't chill, because back then I was messing up. I was bullshitting, slinging, dope and effing off, chasing women, blowing money on BS when I had money, thousands of dollars. I didn't put none of it up. I had enough money when I was in my 20s to retire right now. But I wasn't thinking about that. I didn't think I would live to be this old, to be this age, let alone 75 and 80. The life I was living, the environment I was in, I had no idea, no thought that I'd make it this far. So I was living for the moment. So I got a reason, an explanation. My own F-ups, my own bullshit got me here. But the majority of y'all ain't got the same story. I feel bad for y'all. I don't feel bad for me because I brought this on myself. But a lot of y'all in the situation you in, old and broke. I may end up old and broke. But that's why I'm working so hard now and grinding so hard now. And looking at that old man at Walmart is scared the shit out of me because that could be me. It really could be me because I ain't far from it. He ain't but 20-some years older than me. So I ain't far from being that old man that's agreed to steal in Walmart because he gotta be, not because he want to be. I ain't far from it. So it really lit a fire up under my ass and gave me this feeling of anxiety. But if that does end up being me, I brought it on myself. I can't be mad about it. I had fun. At least I can say that. I might be old and broke, but I had fun. I didn't spend half my life working hard, grinding, getting up early every morning or whatever. From the time I was 17, 18 years old up until now, I didn't spend my life doing that. So even if I end up old and broke like that old man or like most of y'all will be, I had fun. I didn't work hard. I didn't run myself into the ground in my youth. And that's why I'm doing it now. But y'all did. Y'all did. The majority of y'all listening to me right now, if you older than me or whatever, there's a lot of old people that watch me because I hear them in the comment section and they email me or whatever about how they're old and broke and worked hard all their life. The majority of people will work all their lives and still be broke, and that's by design. That American dream, that idea, and that's one of the reasons why I did what I did back then, risking my freedom and my life to try to have more than enough, to have abundance, to have millions, because I saw people, the working class people that were still broke, that were borrowing money from me. Yeah, me and my homeboys, the D-boy from back in the day, I had a loan shark business, allegedly. And the older people, 40s and 50s or whatever, that get up and go to work every day, they would borrow money from us. I'm 19, 20 years old loaning money to 50 and 60 year olds that work every day. Did I see? That's another reason why I ain't want to work. I'm like, man, them folks working is for suckers. I'm gonna be out here forever. I ain't never working. That's what I was saying when I was young. Out there on the streets. I said I wasn't gonna never work because I was looking at people getting up going to work every day and they would still have to come borrow money from a 19-year-old drug dealer. Life crazy, ain't it? That man, that woman got a whole family. Get up, doing the right thing every day. To only have to turn around and borrow money from a drug dealer, a little 19-year-old piece of shit ass drug dealer that don't go to work nowhere. Yes, I ended up broke, busted, and disgusted too. Yes, I ended up where I am right now at 53, having to work hard now like I should have been doing in my 20s. But the point is this, I'm where I am now because I bullshitted. You didn't. So who should be madder, me or you? Should I be mad that I'm in the situation I am? No, because I brought it on myself. You worked all your life. You worked hard. Like I saw my neighbors do when I was 19, 20 years old, loaning them $300 till Friday and all that. And whatever. I watched them do the right thing. And here they are, 30 years later. Still getting up, going to work every day, still broke, still ain't got nothing saved up, still living check to check. When you look at those statistics that says the majority of Americans don't have $500 emergency funds saved up, they're not talking about 15-year-olds. They're not talking about teenagers. When they say the majority of Americans don't have $500 saved up, they talking about full-grown adults. In all age ranges. They didn't say 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 25-year-olds. They said Americans. They didn't put no age on it. So that means all our ass broke. So if you 70 and broke, you done worked all your life and still ain't got $500 in the bank. Think about that. Because most of us that been working on jobs, started out minimum wage, and as we moved up, supposedly getting better pay, we only moved up enough to be a little bit past minimum wage, but still not enough to get ahead. We've been working all our life. Well, not we, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I only been in this about a little over 20 years that I've been actually working. 53 years old, only been working since 99, 2000. I got my CDL in 1996, but I still had one foot in the street and one foot out, so I didn't really fully get to where I was working only, nothing else, no bullshit, committed, grinding to doing the right thing, the year 2000. Here we are in 2026. So I only been doing the right thing completely about 26 years out of 53 or 54. Do the math. But a lot of y'all listening to me right now have been doing the right thing all your life when it comes to working, doing what you're supposed to do, and you still just as broke as I am, which I ain't broke, and that's even worse. The fact that a lot of y'all are broke and I ain't, I've been bullshitting all my life. Now, I ain't far from broke. Nah, it ain't like I got, I'm so far away from broke I forgot what it feel like. I ain't but a good break down this son bitch away. So I ain't comfortable. That's why I be stressed when the work's slow. If I was on my feet, if I was straight, and they say, hey, you're gonna be off today, I'd be like, shit, I'm gonna go kick my feet up and I might go to Destin to the beach or something. No, I'll be around that bitch stressing when we ain't working. So I ain't straight. If I was straight, I wouldn't worry about it. I'll take the week off. No, I can't stand to be off because I need it. I need to work. I'm not in the position where I'm just doing it because I want to. I got to at 53 years old, and I'm on the grind till I die because I ain't ready. Looking at that old man in Walmart scared the shit out of me because that's me. If I don't get it together That's me. And that's you too. So, watch how many people relate. So, yeah, me too. People 40 years old, 30 years old, 50 years old, my age, older, way older than me, been working all their life, get up and go to work every day, been working for 20, 30, 40 years, and still ain't got $500. Think I'm bullshitting. Something ain't right with that picture. Something ain't right with that. What happened? How did we get here? How you been working 40 years if that wasn't by design? It never was intended for you to get to where you ain't got to work. It was intended for us to always have to work. We gonna always have to work. We ain't working because we want to. We have to. You think that's just a coincidence? That you've been working 40 years and you ain't got $500? The best you can say is when you had got your income tax check that time, or you went to the casino and you won $10,000, or you got a lawsuit or some bullshit and you came up. But as far as going to work every day, get your check, put it forth for savings, ain't many people able to do that. Just out working alone. The people that's got money right now, they hit some kind of lick. Whether it be their actor, football player, something that paid $100,000 a month, not a year, a month. But 90%, 99% of the American people, I don't know about the rest of the world, the American people that just work, you ain't got nothing. I don't care how old you are. Whether you 20 or 80, you ain't got nothing. You broke. You waiting on your pension. You waiting on your Social Security. You waiting on the first of the month. You waiting on the 15th, whatever you get your check. Been working all your life. Ain't got nothing extra. I ain't saying none of y'all do. There are some people. I'm talking about the majority. The majority of people. If you happen to be somebody right now, you 70 years old, and you got a nice nest egg that's going to carry you on through the rest of your life, even if you ain't no millionaire or whatever, or you might be a millionaire from saving, you worked at the Chevron plant. You one of them lucky folks who got one of them jobs when you were 25 years old, you were making six figures at Chevron, and you stayed there 30 years. You was at Ford Motor Company, Detroit, the auto place. You've been working there 40 years, and now you retired, and you got a pension that's going to take you on through. The majority of people ain't got that. The majority of people ain't have no jobs like that. Because the majority of jobs in America is bullshit. The majority. 95% of jobs in America is some bullshit. Always have been. The good jobs. It ain't never been that many good jobs in America. Never. The majority of jobs have always been the just get by jobs. So the majority of people ended up on those jobs. I remember so many times, even in trucking, that I tried to get the so-called, because in trucking, you got some bullshit jobs. In trucking, I done drove an 18-wheeler for $9 an hour before. Ain't no shame in my game. I did what I had to do. I did, but I had other drivers talking about me. Why you working over there at Dixie Dre? They don't pay but $9 an hour. Driving 18-wheelers, $9. I talked to a gas hauler. I used to haul gas last night. He working for Circle K, drive gas. He said they just started him out at $25 an hour. No weekends off, and he worked night shift. 25. He off on Tuesday and Wednesday. When you haul gas, that's a 7 days a week job. So you don't get no weekend. Your off day gonna fall through the week because they need you on the weekend, unless you got a lot of seniority. He say he making $25 an hour to haul a gas tanker. The guy you see the gas tanker, you think make all that money? $25 an hour. And that's in 2026. When I was doing it back in 2002 to like 2008 or 2008, I hauled gas for Kenan Transport. They call Kenan Advantage Group now. I was getting paid by the load, but if you break down by the load, by the hour, what I was making like $10 an hour to haul gas. So, you have what you call the good jobs in every field or and you got the majority of the job be the bullshit, even in trucking. So even in trucking, I was never able to get the good job. That's why I wanted my own truck, because I was tired of trying to get the good job in trucking, the job that allows you to have a pension and money saved up when you retire. There's a handful of them. Y'all be giving me suggestions and ideas. Go try here, try here, try. I know all the trucking companies. Ain't none of them shit. Ain't none of these jobs in America shit. You only got a handful of good jobs. And the majority of people ain't got them. So the majority of people are going to be 70, 80 years old with no money. And then worked all your goddamn life and still broke. Have a great day. Get it, got it good. Bye.